Good Monday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams, and I'll tell you what, whatever happens tonight just happens. That's the way it is. We decided to go ahead and take the show on the road. Now, hey, we're in week 12 of doing this live broadcast throughout the week. A couple of announcements over the course of the night and a little bit of our schedule as to what we're going to do. And a hi to daughter number 3, who is on site with me right now. So Miss Jayla Quinn is with me tonight. Shout out to her as well. And she says hi to everyone also. But, in week number 12, we've been having lots and lots of fun. I think this is broadcast number 64 of BCP Live. So we got to looking at some things and thinking, man, with all that's going on, what can we do? And I called yesterday up at Roma because we talked about the fundraiser. And the fundraiser that is actually happening right now. We were talking about this on Saturday night. We were looking at Don Hyde's Facebook page. By the way, if you were watching Don's live broadcast just a moment ago, we got to cross-promote just a little bit. And Don will actually be here sitting in the chair next to me here in just a moment. But anyway, I think I'm ahead of myself right now. It's just really, really busy tonight. And there goes Zim. And we're going to get to visit with him in a moment. And the reason I know this, I have his water right here. So he's going to get to come and sit in with me. I think we get him right now. All right.
I'm going to take a sip of water.
You take the sip of water, man. You're good to go. Okay, so we've been talking about the fundraiser and all of the proceeds. Here's the deal. The dinners that we've been talking about here on BCP Live, these $30 family dinners that we've been promoting and been getting, by the way, they're great. They're fantastic. From Roma. Well, the fundraiser is the gentleman here, along with Brady Baskin and Jennifer Nelson, put together a fundraiser for the 4 families of the boys who were tragically taken from us. And we've talked about this a lot. This fundraiser, 100% of the proceeds goes to these families. That's just an amazing thing. First, talk about, by the way, Zim Kresnich here with us tonight on BCP Live. Sorry, proper introduction, man. I got to get that done. And
I know everybody.
You know everybody, and everybody knows you. And before I let him talk, I was told, I said, hey, I'm going to go do a remote tonight at Roma. They said, you've got to have the guys talk. You can't do it without letting them talk.
I'll let Don Hyde is in charge of my spot right now. So if you get shortage on bread, blame it on Don because he's wrapping the bread up.
All right. You guys, 100% of the proceeds. That's an incredible thing. Talk about that for just a moment.
Well, we actually, it was Tony's idea to do this, and me and Tony talked, and then he contacted Brady and Jennifer, and then they came up with this. So we thought to do it on Monday, which we know what we're selling today, so and then we make sure 100% everything goes. So we have Don Hyde with some of his friends. They donated 200 pounds of ground beef. I have a Jake Moore. He brought 50 pounds. And we have about 800 pounds that were ours. We use that. We use over 1,000 pounds of ground beef. So, and everything that sells 100%, we're not keeping money for groceries. Employees are volunteering, everybody. So, and we got a lot of volunteers coming to help community people. And like I said, 100% of the sales is going to go. So far, I think we're about close to $18,000 on sale. And we have a bucket that people are dropping money there too. And people coming by not just to buy food, they're just coming and dropping donations.
And someone just did that just now. As a matter of fact,
the
barrel O'Donnell, exactly as we're talking.
Yes.
That's why you're good at this, man. You're just bringing it out. People, you speak about it, and boy, there it happens. It's a barrel of donations that is just to our left. You can't see it right now. What you can see, however, is KXII behind me, and they've been doing some live remotes too.
KXII and Channel 10 came in early.
Yes.
And they're going to be doing a 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock tonight too. So, and a lot of they're both been here, news station. They help us to promote, and all the local people and everybody. I can go for days talking about this community, what it means to me. We've been here 15 years. I lived in different countries. My brother lived in different countries as war refugees. And when we came to United States, they opened the doors and opportunities for us to live here. And then we moved to Bryan County, and it's been amazing. And I mean, we owe so much to this community for keeping us in business for 15 years over here.
That is absolutely amazing. Well,
Yeah.
and you can walk on by. It's fine. We're live here from Roma Italian Restaurant, and Tim, one other thing really quickly that has been said a number of times, and I knew that you all weren't open on Mondays, but it just didn't stand out to me. And you made the point. That's one of the reasons for doing it today. You know exactly what you're selling today.
Yes,
and
we have a lady earlier. She said, "What do I make the check to?" And I said to Roma, and she said, "No, this is supposed to be for fundraiser." But I told her, "You are paying. If you just want to donate, you can give it the check to Jennifer or Brady, and it goes to the bank account where they open for the fundraiser. Right. But if you buy in the food, you make a check to Roma. So end of the night, everything is registered. So end of the night, we'll see the wholesale that we make, and it's going to be written one check, and that check is going to be donated to the account in First United that Jennifer opened, and then that's going to be divided to the 4 families."
Well, before I let you go, because I know you have stuff to do, and I appreciate you stopping long enough to visit with me.
My brain is in the kitchen right now.
Okay. Yeah. That's the last thing. 15 years, never have been open on a Monday. And that says a lot to me to say this is something special and a way to reach out to the community, that you're doing something that you've just never done before.
Payback won't hurt. Anything you do comes back. So you this 2.5 months during this pandemic, we were blessed. All the community ordered food, ordered family meals, and they supported us. And then it's to help back. It makes me happy that I can help. It makes me happy when I can help.
Right.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'd love to visit with you that all day long. Sometime if we could do that, I
gotta go check the bread before Don Hyde is gonna burn it.
And we are going to.
Yeah, Don Hyde's been here since this morning, and he's been helping a lot, and Brady and Jennifer and everybody. There are too many. I can't mention everybody's name, but I have like 15 people. They don't work here, but they are helping all day long. And I want to thank everybody for your support. Thank y'all very, very much. It means a lot.
God bless you,
Thanks,
sir.
Joe.
I appreciate it.
Gotta go in the kitchen.
Now you go. You just set that mic down, because I know Don's going to be out here in a moment. Don Hyde will be with us here on BCP Live in just a moment. Now, if you can see behind me, and I recognize lighting is what it is. Now, we always make a little joke about the glare, which it's a little bit, okay, the glare's on my left side now. It is the sunlight coming in and definitely shining in. But we had and a shout out, by the way, to KXII. Great broadcast, great live broadcast there from the guys there. But lighting is what it is right now. We just wanted to do it as a natural outside shot. I knew that it was probably going to look like this. Thought about getting the pavilion out today and just said, no, let's just go ahead and get over here. There's a little alcove over here. We're out of the way. Don, when you get a chance, just come on in, unless you're patrolling.
Biscuit Patrol.
Don Hyde. I say in the building now, but we're outside. We're live here on BCP Live, and it's our first on location. First time we got out of the studio.
The opportunity that has been afforded just being here in your presence is amazing. I'll quote an Andy Griffith. I think it was episode 27. It's basically just a pleasure to sit beside you and breathe. Joey McWilliams, you're an amazing fella.
Oh, well, listen, the honor's mine, by the way. All right, just a proper introduction, by the way. Chief of Police in Calera in Bryan County, a longtime Bryan County resident.
You betcha, all my life.
And so which is a long time.
Oh, Lord.
It is.
Yes,
it's a long time.
Yes.
Before we go any further with this, again, Don Hyde, it's a privilege to have him. And Don, listen, we're not going to be bumped by the 630 Wheel of Fortune like KXI or whatever, or K10 or anything like that.
We don't care who's spinning the wheel.
That's right. So we can talk for a while now.
At leisure.
And clearly, Zim wants you to be out of roll patrol, biscuit patrol in there.
He was sharing me an old family recipe, and once he realized I was a very quick learner, like Brady Baskins.
Hey, just in case you didn't know,
We're close to
the 612 is right on time.
the old 612.
The old 612.
The old 612 is right on time. We're really glad to see that. It looks like it's a coal train. This time. But yeah, he was trying.
It's there. Absolutely, it's
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
All of it.
It's amazing. Yeah. So anyway, he was trying to share with me an old family recipe. Realized early on this morning that I was a very quick learner, and so he's certainly. I told him I was going to put Roma's 2 across the street. Yeah, it won't last a week, but at least I'll have the opportunity.
Well, listen, Don. First off, and again, before we go any further, I just want to ask you. That's a really, really nice looking shirt you have on there. What size is that?
Oh, it's a 2X.
It's a 2X.
It's a 2X. A lot of people get Joey and I's size confused. His is a boy's medium, and mine's a 2X. And it's
I could run around on the inside of that shirt and never touch the sides.
He certainly could.
I'm telling you.
You bet. A lot of people ask me, said, Don, where did you get this? And it's public knowledge. Texoma Engraving.
Yes.
One of the strong supporters of this community was one that provided these shirts. But I jokingly tell them that I get most of my clothing at Dallas Tent and Awning. It takes a lot to cover this fellow.
Oh man. Well, listen. All right, we have a lot of folks watching tonight, and a lot of reactions. Jennifer Nelson is in the house.
She sure is.
All right. Would you like to say something too?
Yes, she will.
Please do.
I'm just thankful for everybody's patience
Put
that's
the
waiting
microphone
in
up there.
line.
There you go.
I said I'm waiting for everybody, or thankful for everybody's patience that's waiting in line for their food.
Some people might be watching from line right now because I had heard it gone back to 9th Avenue. True story. I'd heard it back 9th Avenue. Now I'm hearing it's the post office and beyond.
Yes.
So if you are watching us online, comment. I don't know if you see it or not, but comment if you're watching online. But Brady Baskin, who is appearing in the scene just for a moment, Jennifer Nelson helping to get this thing together, and since
I'm labor force.
personal labor, could you say something about that really quickly as Don holds the mic for you?
Well, I'm just blessed to call upon a community to step up. Everybody was wanting to help. This only just gave everybody the opportunity to step in and fill that need for these families.
We really
And I
appreciate
hope the
that.
families feel the love from this
And
and the prayers.
And our prayers too, and they very much so.
Yes.
So, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for stepping
And now
in.
I got to get busy.
That's all right. You made the shot look better for a little while. There we go.
Absolutely.
That's Jennifer Nelson. By the way, Brady Baskin does keep going back and forth here. I think he knows a little bit about food service too.
We
You
put
think?
away. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a long time. Well, he knows food.
He knows.
He's the only guy I know that carries his own fork around 24/7. Brady's an amazing person, and he really. I think we put a measurement on, or actually we did a weight on him. Our first thing this morning when we got here, and we're looking at about 45 minutes ago. He had lost 11 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
11 pounds today. So we're really
We're proud of him.
we're really happy for Brady.
Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing here really quickly. Okay, Jennifer says it is at the post office. So we are getting confirmation now. It is at the post office. So look, if you're in Bryan County, if you're in Durant, that train is long. That is
Yes, it
still
is.
going.
Yeah.
If you're in Durant right now and you're wondering about traffic on Main Street because it looks like it's at a standstill, it kind of is.
It is.
It is officially Main Street, and I joked about this before, Main Street having become the official drive-through lane for Roma.
Mhm.
It really is now.
It really is.
It really is. And what a blessing.
Absolutely. And I think, I don't know if he mentioned it, Zim, when he was talking just a few minutes ago, but one of the, they're adapting to the COVID situation. They were allowed to get in preparation for this. I actually able to sustain and their business through curbside service, and that just really proved that we had no clue what to expect today. And once we arrived and the vehicle started approaching, there was just a sense of calmness and everything. We had not one negative. Now you might have folks that drive by that have no clue what we're doing, specific to the tragedies that took place here, but we've had no negativity.
Oh,
a real blessing.
That's a huge blessing.
Mhm.
Huge blessing. All right, I am getting comments now, and so I can make sure I see. By the way, if you watch BCP Live regularly, and Don does,
Oh yes,
just like I watch the Don Hyde show.
frequent flyer.
I don't know, your show needs a title. I
Sort
think.
of a big deal.
He is sort of a big deal. But I have two monitors going on. One of them where I can see some comments, another one where I can kind of see what's actually happening, who's checking in. I don't have the second monitor up right now. Michael says he's at 5th Street right now, started at 9th. Okay, Jennifer said it's at the post office. Donna says she's at 8th Street in line. So you guys are closing in. Looking right here, Paula says, I'm in line right now. I am so impressed with my hometown and the support for these boys and their families.
Absolutely.
So it's a great town. Now let me also add to that, because, and not just because Don's here, but because I do try to point this out. This is the Bryan County Patriot.
Absolutely.
And it is a great town. It is a great county. I think it's a great area, but specifically, and I lived in Calera for a long time, and 2 different stints, as a matter of fact, lived in Calera. So I'm a big fan of the county as a whole, and I think we do have a fantastic county. So it's great. All right, Kevin Chalk coming in tonight says we've sold around 200 T-shirts. Wow. Orders are still coming in for the shirt that you have right there.
Absolutely.
That
is amazing.
I got in a boy's medium, and I'm filling it out. That's this thing. I'm filling it out. Somebody told me the other night it looked like I had a freshman 15. I want to clarify that really quickly. I did go to college at Southeastern.
Yep.
89 to 93. That's I was in the class of 89 from Dixon. Go Comets. And made the way over here, and I did not. Here's the thing: did not gain a freshman 15. I was a $135 out of high school, if you can picture that. I looked about like my son, who's about this big around, and blonde hair and everything. Yes, lots of blonde hair. Did not gain the freshman 15. Lost 15 that summer. Looked like I had some kind of disease. Sure. Because it was just, I don't know what happened. I lost. But then I gained it all back, and the 15 was. So wow. As a sophomore, I gained 30 pounds.
What would you say you weigh now, Joey? Just, there's a lot of listeners.
Really?
I'd like
people
to know.
Want to know.
I know you don't. I know you don't ask ladies what their age is, but I think it's totally okay to ask somebody that wears a size boy medium shirt what he does weigh.
I think.
So what do we? I'm going to guess your weight.
Go ahead and guess it.
So I'm going to say your height is about 5'2". And we're looking at about what, $145?
You burned the bread. You burned the bread.
That's what I'm talking about. I knew I was going to get fired.
Get shortage on bread tonight.
This guy.
There you go.
This guy, totally the problem.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah, exactly.
Blake Shelton's friend right here.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think? I love you too, buddy. What do you think Joey McWilliams weighs?
Him?
Yeah. Ish.
Split me on half of me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking he weighs like $140. What do you weigh? About $140?
I do not. Well, first off, if you're guessing things in carnival rides and stuff, sure. At 5'2", you're not going to be making any money.
Well, before we get off here and I go back and educate Jimmy on how
you got to stay with me for a little bit.
Okay,
I finally got you in one place at a time. You got to stay with me for a little bit.
One of the comments that as I was listening on your description of your weight and growing up and how little you were and stuff, I got to realize, I was 4th grade weighing the same weight you were at a full grown man. So they fed us corn from a trough in Kennepick. So that's trough. That's exactly right.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Nita says 155.
Oh, Nita.
So she's like, Mrs. Patriot says, I'm going to read this anyway. I'm probably getting in trouble, but since she's the one that posted it, if I had said this, you could go ahead and make room at your house for me tonight, sure. Because I would not be going back home.
Yeah.
She says, it's not so much a freshman 15 as a quarantine 40. So,
beautifully
that's
said.
That's
said.
Not true.
Beautifully
That
said.
is not true. So watching from Oklahoma City. All right. So let me put this up there. Jackie, watching from Oklahoma City. This is so amazing. Love my hometown. Always a Lion. So, all right.
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
And Jayla gives a shout out to Mrs. Patriot too, by the way. So she's over here. Okay. Because inquiring minds, you don't need to know this, but I will tell you, I won't tell you what it was. It is down to a little under 170.
You?
Yeah. A little under 170.
Well, I'll get you a sleeve of those biscuits before you leave.
I've already had 2 of them today.
Oh, they're
I
good.
ordered yesterday, and here's the thing: we made the order yesterday afternoon, and I knew better.
Sure
I
you
knew better, but I got busy Saturday, and then I got other stuff going on, and so anyway, I ordered yesterday afternoon. Actually, I happened to speak with Zim on the phone.
Mhm.
He was taking orders too. I mean, these guys do everything.
Yeah.
And he said, "Sorry, we're out of lasagna."
Yeah, I was here. Jennifer and I were doing our live broadcast, and I'm going to guess. I was going to touch on that just real quickly. He came in. We were going to cut the orders off at 9:00 yesterday evening or last evening, and it's a nice truck. So he comes. He sticks his head in about, I don't know, close to 8:00 and said, "We're out of everything." And one of the things, and I hope he doesn't get upset with me saying this, but I want the public to understand what I've not necessarily physically seen and overheard, but what they don't understand, and it's still up in limbo where they have absolutely nothing. They provided everything that they physically have in there, and they're awaiting a truck. It's very, very possible that they can't even open tomorrow. But I just want you to, I say that certainly to know, oh, bless his heart, yada, yada, yada. This is not uncommon for Zim and Tony and those to get involved with the county. But, to put your own business aside of the needs of our county, you can't. I don't know. There's a special place at the right hand of the throne for those folks. I'm telling you right now, and that's my true beliefs. You can never convince me otherwise.
It's one of those things too, and I've joked before about the fact that everything I do, I talk.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I do hope to provide a good service for the county with what we do with the the online, with the Patriot, the website, but also with this program as well. But there are times I look and go, man, I just talked a lot today. These people are doing something, to see what they do, and we've stepped in and out. I know you've been here all day, but I've stepped in and out, seeing all the people and all that's going on, and it's just it's a beehive in there, but it's a very organized beehive. It's not chaos,
no,
but there is a lot going on. That's the thing. A lot going on, not chaos. Sometimes well, it's just chaos. It was pandalarian. No, it's not.
No,
it's very organized, but man, it's busy.
To watch one of the chefs back there he has, and I counted them, there's 6 pans, and to watch him take the spaghetti and adding the sauce and then flipping, I could not tell you how many times that guy has done that today. and I've been there hands on because we helping alongside Jimmy with the bread and such, and it's just amazing. These guys, they smile on their face, and there's different cultures back there, and everybody has the universal smile, and it's just amazing. I love this town. Love everybody that's involved with this, and the folks that have reached out financially to assist this family.
And by the way, Joey McWilliams along with Don Hyde tonight. And by the way, there's some names that I usually see show up on my screen. We're starting a little early tonight. There will not be a 9:00 show tonight.
Good. I can go to bed.
Good.
Oh, that's great. Note to say.
Hey, listen.
Hey, Siri, remind me to go to bed.
The first show was at 9:30, and then I got a text from Don saying, "Why are you starting so late?"
I did do that.
You did do that.
Yeah, I did mind my own business.
So I brought it up to 9:00, and we will be, well, that brings us to another point. Let me go ahead and throw this point out here really quickly, and I do have some, show prep. But I threw it all out the window when you sat next to me because I just enjoyed talking to you. But
hey, I tell you what, I appreciate your friendship more than you know.
Let's go one thing show prep wise. State of Oklahoma today officially starts phase 3.
Yep.
So if you have not paid attention, we did post. There is a release on the Patriot today on the website. Open up and recover safely. The OURS or hours plan. Phase 3 starts today. It's opening a lot more things up. Part of the reason for that is just simply that, look, the numbers are going down. They're going down dramatically, and I know Sunday and Monday there were no new deaths reported in the state of Oklahoma as a whole. The last I saw throughout the state of Oklahoma, 334 deaths total. We know that some of those have just been attributed to COVID-19, not necessarily due to, but attributed to. And if you haven't watched the show before, bear with me. I don't pull any punches on the video. Now we do all the print stuff we do right, but we just kind of do. We just have a little fun. But we know that. That having been said, it's time. It's time to open things back up, and we're doing things right.
Absolutely. One of the guys here just a few minutes ago, actually maybe within a couple of hours ago, had made mention, and he was talking about his children, and he said, Don, he said, we were talking about the reopening and the phase and that we're at, and he was talking about specifically that his children, I don't have any children of my own, but his children are going to be living in a different world. And he said one of the things that he was not going to let die was the handshake, the greeting of the handshake. And I said, I know things are going to be changing, but one of the things that I find comfort in is the fact that some of the things in the prepping of our meals that has served us in restaurants throughout the nation. Maybe some of these, and I don't know. I've eaten at some rough places, and I've got some of the best places to eat.
Did it stop you from eating?
Absolutely not. and you can see that by my belly. But it's really going to put a really extra calm to. And one of the things that I have in the way that they're preparing, what I have noticed is that when I'm in some of the restaurants dining, it seems like I only eat like 3, but when someone sneezes or coughs, you automatically, they're looking, did he cover his mouth or did she cover her mouth or, so.
Even doing this broadcast, and I don't know if I've shown, I'll reach over here to one of the tables there in the studio and I'll show my hand sanitizer. I actually have some right there next to me. But there are times I'm doing the broadcast in my house after I've washed my hands, put sanitizer, and nobody else is touching me. And I'll do this during the middle of a broadcast and go, oh my goodness, everybody's watching me touch my face.
Yeah, I feel like
it'll be all right.
You're going to pick. I'm going to Don't pick Joey apart. It's common that he's a clean person and he's going to scratch his eye from time to time. Yeah.
I still feel that way. Don Hyde sitting next to me tonight on BCP Live, and we are on location from Roma. Now, I've seen a number of comments, by the way, and I will go back and look at all the comments tonight a little bit later on. If I miss yours, please forgive me. But lots of folks watching tonight, and I really appreciate that. Brent, good to see you online. Brent says, Brent Gordon. He said, look,
he's a Caddo Bruin.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he was real proud about being a Bruin until he found out it was a female bear. And so we'll talk about that another time.
That's all right. Lots of folks online tonight, and folks still watching. Someone watching from Melissa, Texas tonight. Donnie Harp watching from Melissa,
Texas. That's a good friend of mine. Donnie Harp. Absolutely. You talk about somebody has a praise. He received a heart transplant.
Wow.
Literally, and he is living proof that God's good.
That is awesome.
God put him to the point to receiving it, and he's doing amazing. Ain't that right, Donnie?
That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, lots of folks. Lindsay's in the gym watching, amazed by how many people are in line. Just in case you didn't know already, if you weren't here for this part of the broadcast, when KXI was here, he was here a little bit earlier, and they did a couple of live spots here for the 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock show. And someone said, hey, listen, line's backed up to 9th Street.
Yeah.
And so I thought, wow. And so I went, took a picture of it. That's all the way back to 9th Avenue right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not the case anymore. It's backed up to the post office, and I don't know if it's beyond the post office now. We have had some comments. Comment, by the way, if you're watching us in line tonight.
Yeah.
We do want to give a shout-out to you as well. T-shirts, by the way, if you see the wonderful T-shirt that Chief Hyde is wearing right now, and it talks about the 4 young men that have been honored through that T-shirt.
Remembering our lines.
It's a fundraiser. Texoma Engraving is the ones. They're the ones who are doing that. I bought one and wore it probably got derided for it a little bit on Friday night because it was a medium.
Because it was so small.
Because it was a medium. I'm filling
Some of
it
the
out
folks,
a little more.
and let me interrupt. I'm not the person that would normally interrupt, Joey,
No, not at
by
all.
no means. But some of the people's comments to me, now they would never put this on Bryan County Patriot because of the amount of respect that they have for Mr. McWilliams. But they said it appeared that he was wearing a half shirt from back in the 80s. I mean,
No.
it's not for me to judge.
No.
It's not for me to judge.
I was a teenager in the 80s.
Yes.
Were you in your
I
30s
was.
then? That sounds okay.
Nicely done.
Thank
Nicely
you.
done.
Anyway, I was class of 89. We did say that. And no, never wore the half shirt. I
Well, bless
don't.
your
that
heart.
was that never
Well, I'll
happened.
tell you what. I once I retire, I'm going to bring those back
Which,
and the mullets. So
The
just be prepared.
we didn't, but see, that was the thing.
Did you have a mullet?
Well, sort of, but we didn't call it a mullet then. It was
No.
just hair.
It was just hair, big hair,
It was hair.
big hair bands.
Our coach told us, he said, look, I played basketball and lots of us had that same hairstyle. And the thing was, he said, I don't care if you can wipe with it
Right,
as long as it's short in the front.
right.
That didn't make this
in the
not a
front.
family show, right?
No. You're
Okay.
totally good
All
with
right,
that.
that's-
Everybody, all the kids can continue
All
to
right,
watch
that's
this program. Yeah, you're totally good. Business in the front. You bet.
Business in there. Jay Cuesta, by the way.
Hey.
Jay Cuesta,
There's a
who
good guy.
okay, he says I'm shopping at Baby Gap. By the way, I think I saw Jay Cuesta comment on here a little bit earlier. Let me go back. Scroll back up here if we have time on the show. Yeah, we have time. Donnie, Jay Cuesta says, I kept my clothes from Omar the tent maker.
You ain't lying.
So
Dallas Tent and Awning. I went to Omar. I know that's where Jay introduced me to Omar. He's a great guy, but they just really couldn't work. Didn't have quite the material needed for me. So I Googled the next best thing, and again, that's Dallas Tent and
Yeah.
Awning.
it's close enough.
Great people to work with. Great people. Multicolored patterns. We can go with plaid or paisley. It doesn't make any difference.
Oh boy. Okay. Jeff Edlin rocked the mullet for his senior pictures. So Don Hyde's and it's
How are y'all?
it is not just Don Hyde the patrol. I mean, you're a greeter. You're
Yeah.
reaching out to the
Do
people.
you all remember with respect, and God rest his soul, Oscar?
That's what I was about to say.
Oscar at Walmart, Oscar the greeter.
I'm
I
telling
told
you.
Zimmy, I said, look, buddy, I don't know how much this old career will hold out longer. I hope it gives me a good many years. But when they do, if you still got this business, I want to give out the little smiley stickers. I want to be the Oscar of Romas.
Yeah.
And he said no. But anyway, I didn't let that go. I just kind of let it go for.
You just bug him about it a few more
Yeah,
times.
I'm
the next
gonna
10,
trust
15,
me. Yeah, I'm
20
gonna
years and
Dad. Yeah.
I do remember Amy watching from in line, Amy Dameron in line tonight
Yeah.
too. Lots of folks that listen. You would think that somebody should turn out the lights in Durant because everybody's in
here.
line.
Everybody's
already
here.
here.
I'm just curious. I'm just really curious how many people are at Walmart right now. None.
I can't match this.
Yeah.
And with respect to Walmart,
with
and
with respect to
Oscar.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness!
Absolutely.
Listen. I am looking in the camera right now, and I am telling you with the utmost respect. I loved seeing that man.
You ain't lying. He made my day. I could go in with like, oh Lord, I just got to go in there and get this thing and that thing, and I'm out. But you just wanted to stand there and talk to him.
Mhm. Yeah.
It was a blessing.
And my kids were younger at the time,
Mhm.
especially the older two, and they got stickers.
Yeah.
They always
Yeah, the
got
little
stickers.
yellies.
Yeah,
Yellow smiley face.
those were.
So
yeah.
I kept mine as long as I possibly could. I really could. I cherished what little things we had.
All right, Let's do one more thing, show prep wise here, and I'll see if I can put this up. I got a graphic here. Let me throw this one up. Love saying that.
Mhm.
I'm going to throw this onto the screen. There we go. Durant Riding Club. Since I saw Jeff's name there, I wanted to reminded me. Durant Riding Club.
Right.
See right there, Durant Riding Club, Pro Rodeo.
Oh, right there.
That's right. There it is. You'll
That's it
find
right
it.
there.
There it is. There it is. Right there. It's hovering on the light pole there.
Mhm.
June 19th and June 20th.
What do they got going on?
Pro Rodeo, man. West Huggins.
No way.
I know.
Wes Huggins?
West Huggins is going to be announcing.
Mr. Miss Huggins boy.
That's exactly right.
Love it.
He,
I'm gonna
and,
Google
I-
it. I'm gonna-
and by the way, he will come back on the show. I think the week before the rodeo. I had him on the show about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He is the announcer. He's an award-winning announcer, by the way,
Wow,
Don.
that's great.
And he is good. And he was the first guy to come on BCP Live with his own mic.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, and I know. Look, when
It
you're
is,
known
it
for
is.
your voice,
Yep, you're gonna have
you
this.
got to bring
to
the
maintain that-
proper equipment.
Maintain that same voice.
And he did. He brought the
Absolutely.
proper equipment. Great to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again, I'm going to leave this up here for just a little bit longer. June 19th and June 20th. Those are the dates for the Durant Riding Club Pro Rodeo, and I would love to see Bryan County just absolutely support that on both nights.
Oh yeah, and they will. They'll get there. Looks like they're. Looks like I'm going to have to get back busy.
Oh man.
Um,
Now this show's just going to.
No. They're going to trust me. They're going to stay
off.
strong. We're going to get somebody else in here.
Oh my goodness!
Look, there's Blake.
Oh,
Hey Blake.
We got it. Hey, you got to say
sit down
hi.
and talk to him for a little bit.
Can you trade out with
Do
Don
it.
just for a moment?
Yes, you can. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn it over to
All
Mr.
right.
Blake Wright.
Don,
Have a
hi.
seat,
Thank
Blake.
you, sir.
Yes, you did.
Seriously.
Go on, sit down, Big Daddy.
Thanks, Don.
Hey,
Thanks,
by
Don.
the way, he fed us lunch today.
He
It
did.
was amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
We got tacos. Oh, it's
Lots of tacos.
Lots and lots of tacos.
Yeah, Landry got
Thanks.
hooked up. So.
All right. I held on to Don as long as I could, and I
Yes.
knew he'd have to go eventually. But if you'll pull this up just a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah,
high-
okay, how's that?
Now we have. This is a privilege.
Yeah.
This was not on the rundown sheet.
It's a privilege to get to hang out with some guys like Tony and Zim.
I'm
I
telling
tell
you
those
what.
are good fellas.
All right. Just in case you don't know who we're visiting with right now, this is Blake Wright, and Blake is the owner of Taco Casa, not only here in Durant but here in Calera.
Blake
Because
and
here,
Shelley. Yeah.
and Blake and I'm sorry, Blake and Shelley. Forgive me, Shelley, if you're watching this. This wasn't on the rundown sheet, so I didn't get I didn't get the proper lower third there to bring that in with your name. I'm
worries.
sorry about that. Anyway, and Landry, by the way, overseeing it now. But if you're a fan of Taco Casa, and I can't imagine anybody that isn't a fan of Taco Casa, I know I am. I really am.
I'm a big fan as well.
Oh, good. I am glad. So it's just down the road, by the way. If you're looking, it is just, I can actually see the sign from here. So, but we're here promoting, and I want to promote Taco Casa for just a moment, just because if I don't, Blake won't. And I've known Blake long enough to know that he will defer to everyone else on the planet for what they're doing and not talk about what he's doing. So
Well, there's a lot of good folks here in town.
there are a lot. See, look at, there he goes. He's trying to throw me off my
There
game
are.
right there. That's fine. 15 seconds. Give me 15 seconds.
Okay.
It is my show.
It is your show.
Okay, that's all right. Blake and Shelley and Landry and Jada and all of the folks at Taco Casa do a fantastic job. I personally thoroughly love Taco Casa. I really do. And we do get it frequently for the family. Everyone's like, hey, listen, it's Taco Tuesday. Oh, hey, well, we celebrate when I come in the door. So I'm really, and I do try to bring it home, because bringing my family into a restaurant, we're just happy to be picking it up in the drive-thru and bringing it home. So anyway, but Blake Wright, hey, all right. Now that I've talked about Blake,
Yes.
talk about Tony and Zim and the
Man,
folks
how
here.
about
This is
these
fantastic.
guys? Our community is wonderful, and we're fortunate to have Roma here as the heart of our community, and for Tony and Zim to do this on their one day off, and to donate the proceeds to the families and our community. It's so heartwarming, and I'm just proud to be a friend.
You get to you office pretty close to the building here, and you get to see them coming in and out.
Oh yeah,
and so I know that, and the reason I say that is because you really do get to interact with them regularly. Not just the fact that you're both in food service here in town, but that you do get to see them. You see what they do, and they do. They really do a lot.
They do more than most people even know.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's any way we could know all of what's going on. And the reason here's why I say this. It's because people like this are not going to tell you everything they're doing. They're just going to go do it and get it done. We're blessed to get to see all that. I mean, I'm sitting outside right now and getting to talk about them. And so hopefully people can see. And if you're backed up, somebody else was saying, who's else was saying Amy's in line? Somebody else was in line here just a moment ago. If I missed your comment, I apologize. But, we're getting to talk about it. We don't always get to talk about it because they just do it. And
That's right.
and again, though, Blake, that's the kind of people we have in Bryan County.
We do have some great people here in this county, and I'm just honored to be a part of it.
Well, you're a big part.
Joey. Yeah,
You're a big part. And when you leave here in a moment, don't leave just yet. Do you have to go home? Or are you in a hurry?
Well, my wife's expecting dinner. So
okay. Well, I'll let you leave here in just a moment. But when you do, then I'm going to talk the same things about you. So I'm just telling you, Blake's one of those guys too. You're not going to see everything Blake does. He just does it. And that's pretty cool. All right, just a couple things, Blake, since you're sitting here. Jason Manis says, bam.
Yes, he does.
Because,
he just does it often.
Because I don't know if I text Blake every so often, and I'll, say, hey, how you doing? Or God bless you, whatever. And I get back, bam. That's the Blake. That's gets it done. I mean, that's universal translation for God bless you and hope you have a good day and everything else. Just bam.
I can give you the secret of what that actually covers.
Really?
Joe,
okay.
Yeah. It's
you have a microphone and you're on live.
It's an acronym for birthdays, anniversaries, and miscellaneous.
There you go. I fall in the miscellaneous lots of times. Don't I? That's all right. Okay, Jay question. Jay's been on with us. He's been riding along with the show for a long time. Jay says, love me some casa. Love me some casa. My cousin used to drive up from Fort Worth to eat there. That is so cool.
The Questas have been big Casa fans for quite some time.
Jamie, brother-in-law goes there every time he comes to town. Jamie, and I'm glad that you're on the show tonight too. Not here at the normal 9:00 start time. So, here we go. Mindy says, Casa is the best. My cousins from Tennessee have it first thing when they come to visit.
Well, if you guys are going to keep talking this good about me, I'm just going to sit here and listen.
Just going to keep on. That's all right. Well, hey, listen, I know that you do. And by the way, I appreciate you sitting in. And Blake, by the way, no stranger to broadcasts. Are you still broadcasting the Durant Lions games?
No, not in the last couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, they've gone to a different format. So,
okay.
They found a reason to allow me
to allow you to step in.
watch.
We would feel better if you were watching this at home.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I've had that conversation before. I've had that conversation coaching before.
Yes.
We would feel better if you weren't coaching now, Mr. McWilliams. That would be great. But that's a story for another time. And that anyway, that's humorous. But Blake, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, and God bless you for everything that you do and in everything that you do.
Well, I'm grateful just to be a part of our community and to be able to give back when we can. So thank you for what you do. Joe, I appreciate you, brother.
All right. Blake Wright,
thanks, man.
Who is in Shelley, if you're watching, first off, again, sorry. Secondly, he's bringing food here in just a moment. So, by the way, shout out to Landry, too. Landry is doing a fantastic job at Taco Casa. So, I definitely want to give a shout out to him, too. See, there it is. I touched my face, and I'm just so overwhelmingly, it's messing with me. So, all right. I think, listen, those were the main parts of what I wanted to share with here. I have show prep. We hit a couple of things tonight. Let's go back over those things, and let's start in good preacher format. I want to wrap things up and talk about a couple things in particular and just wind it down. If we do have an opportunity to get to visit with someone else here, then we will. Then that's fine. I'm glad that we're keeping you entertained while you're waiting. Really, that's what this has turned into. So let me talk just for a moment. Normally, I don't have the computer sitting in front of me. If you watch the show each night, and we are on at 9:00, 6 nights a week, that's also a part of the conversation tonight. And I've got this monitor here, another monitor over here. Anyway, we're on the road tonight. This actually feels like a Midwest Sports Saturday. I have my Midwest Sports.net shirt on right now, but it feels like a Midwest Sports Saturday. We take this show on the road on the sports sites that I have, and I have a couple of sports YouTube channels as well. I don't know if anyone is watching this on YouTube, by the way. I imagine everyone's watching this on Facebook, because obviously this was not anything that I announced too far in advance. So I'll tell you kind of how this came about really quickly and talk about what's going on here. If you are just coming aboard the show tonight, man, where have you been? We've had a lot of fun. We've gotten to talk to Zim Krasniqi. We've had a chance to visit for quite a while with Don Hyde. We had a chance to visit with Blake Wright as well. We are sitting out front of Roma Italian Restaurant here in Durant in Bryan County. The train's gone by. All kinds of, we just had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun visiting with these folks. But behind me, and if you can see probably, and I'm looking in the monitor. Let me turn around and look. So I'm counting 5, 10. I can actually see. I can see down to Love's. Now, Love's is on 6th Avenue. So I can see all the way down to Love's. And there are cars all the way down there. Now, I don't know where it is right now. And again, if someone would want to comment and tell me where you all are right now, if you're watching in line, or if you can give me, some kind of assessment as to where you are, that would be fantastic. Or how far the line goes down, that would be great. So, anyway, yes, Jamie, this is closing number 1. Thought, hey, listen, and when I was speaking with Zim yesterday and ordering the food, we actually just got to talking about this and doing the show here. Well, I can take the show on the road. It's been in my studio every night up to this point as we've been doing these BCP Live broadcasts. I thought, man, I can take this on the road and we can set up shop out there. I don't know what I was thinking. Not about doing the show on the road. I mean, I knew what I was thinking there, but I don't know what I expected to have happen. Probably, just people coming through. And I had seen Jennifer Nelson's post on Facebook, and Don Hyde had shared that as well, about the fact that there had been more than 400 meals that had already been ordered. And this was, early Saturday. So I thought, maybe that will, oh Lord, if you can see that, I'm going to have to stop for a second. If you can see what's going on behind me, Don Hyde had an envelope with $500 in it.
$500.
How much was that again?
That's $500.
Okay, $500, which he was going to drop in the barrel of donations and missed. So if you ever watch Don Hyde play basketball, I don't know how he missed that point blank shot, but he missed dropping $500 in the barrel from about 6 inches above the barrel. But that was what the concern was. Anyway, I don't know what I thought I was going to see. I figured I'd see a line of cars and 400 meals. I got mine around noon. I came by around noon. Jennifer Brewer said a little bit earlier she got hers at 11:30. And there were about 4 or 5 cars out here. And so, it was all good. I expected the line to be a little bit longer. I had no idea what this was going to look like. And going down to 9th Avenue is one thing. Going to the post office is another. And Christina says, when I was in the back of the line, I was in front of the tea shop. That was 40 minutes ago. All right. Amy Dameron started at 9th Street, and she's now almost a second. Wow. Going to be showing up in the video here in just a little bit then. How about that? That's cool. All right. Let's see here. Yes, $500 is awesome. And, another thing about this, if you're just checking into the show, first off, if you've never seen BCP Live before, hi, I'm Joey McWilliams, and I am glad that you are along for the ride. We are out in front of Roma Italian Restaurant. It's a fundraiser tonight for the families of the 4 young men who were taken from us last week in a car wreck, and the 100% of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds are going to the 4 families, and a check will be written a little bit later on tonight once they sort all this out. Once Don Hyde stops throwing $500 in the middle of Main Street and actually gets it in the barrel. You can add that in too, but there is seriously a 50-gallon barrel out here. I mean, it is directly across from me. If I'm looking at you, then it is perpendicular right across there. It's a 90-degree angle, and there's a barrel of donations. 100% of the proceeds are going to the families of Fernando and Hunter and Caleb and Jack. So anyway, and there's a lot in there as well. It's a great community. It's a great county. It's a great town. It's a great area. Texoma is fantastic. Bryan County is great. Just can't say enough about that. So if you're watching and you're just now, going, what is going on? That's what's going on. If you're trying to go east on Main Street right now, good luck. Have fun with that because it looks like there is a parade that has just been shut down because the Clydesdales at the front of the line stopped, or the band decided to perform for, somebody, And so everybody else has just been stopped now. So if you're waiting to get through Main Street, oh, good luck. And there are a couple of trucks that are really proud of their mufflers or lack thereof. Anyway, all right. Programming note for tomorrow. This doesn't happen very often, but it's summertime. Did you know it's June? Is anyone keeping up with this? I mean, I have a tough time figuring out what day it is because of all the shutdown stuff, which we're coming out of now in phase 3. Phase 3 officially starts today in the state of Oklahoma. Phase 3. Ooh, I have another sort of monitor. Hi, Andy. Glad you're watching tonight, too. So we're coming out of this in the state of Oklahoma. Now, according to the release from Oklahoma City, towns and municipalities and whatever else are still, given the discretion, there's that word we talk about every night on BCP Live, the discretion to, slow things down if you need to. Don't jump back out and open everything up if you don't feel like your town is ready. Folks, Bryan County is ready. We are ready. The numbers did not change today. I can tell you them right off the top of my head. There were 26 positive confirmed cases in Bryan County. Now, before you go anywhere else or you change the channel or you do anything else, yes, we know there have been a couple of folks from Bryan County who were tested in Grayson County. We understand that. But the numbers that are reported are what they are. 26 from Bryan County, 13 from Durant. 8 of those have recovered already. 4 from Bennington. 4 of those have recovered already. 3 from Meade. 1 whose death was attributed to COVID-19, and 2 have recovered already. 2 from Ashley. 2 have recovered already. 2 from Caddo. 2 have recovered already. 2 from Colbert. 2 have recovered already. That leaves us with 5 active cases in Bryan County, which, if you're familiar with our breakdown, I'll go ahead and say it. You can say it along with me. If you're not familiar with it, let me just go ahead and pass this along. 5 active cases in Bryan County. Bryan County has a population of conservatively 48,000, probably more than that, but conservatively 48,000. 5 is a number, active cases now, 5 is a number that is less than 1/2 of 1/4 of 1/10 of 1% of the population of Bryan County. Having said that, then, we need to open things back up. And I believe that's what we're doing. And I know that city and county government probably, well, I know for a fact they didn't ask my opinion, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'll sleep tonight. But I am going to give it and say, yeah, we need to, whatever we're doing, we need to do it and do it well. Do we still need to have some social distancing? Yeah. It's really pretty interesting, though. Who would have known that that riots were the cure for social distancing, or the antithesis? I don't know. But anyway, we probably still need to do. We need to be wise. We've said all along we need to be wise. That's how we close this out every night. Be wise. Use discretion, and do not walk in fear. Don't walk in fear. Do not walk in fear. Be wise. Don't lick the handle of the shopping cart at Walmart. Don't do it. That's just not wise anyway. But, we still have, and my hand sanitizer's in the car. And so, sorry, I'm used to reaching over here to have my hand sanitizer. Not in studio right now. Hand sanitizer's in the car, but I have some. Still using it. Still washing my hands. One of the reasons that I wash my hands a lot is because my parents taught me to do that when I was a kid. Like 2 or 3 years old, and you wash your hands. When you come inside, you wash your hands. Before you eat dinner, you wash your hands with soap. And they taught me how to do that. I thought this has been one of the funniest things I have seen is there are videos on YouTube as to how to wash your hands with soap. And they're getting so many views. I mean, views after views after views after views as to how to wash your hands with soap. Now, seriously, is it just me, or did anybody else, was anyone else taught how to wash your hands with soap when you were little? And I'm really not being sarcastic here, because I want to know, because if YouTube videos are getting that much attention to show how to wash your hands with soap, did my parents tell me something that somebody else's parents didn't tell them? I know I was brought up in a kind of a sheltered house. I have conservative parents. I get it. Brought up in a Christian household. There were things we didn't watch on TV. There were words we didn't say. There were, lots of things like that. There were places I didn't go, things we didn't do. That's fine. It's all well and good. But I thought the washing your hands thing was, don't lick. I just thought that was universal. Donnie Levi, I didn't know if you would make it tonight because of the early start time, and I didn't text you. So glad that you're on. Sandy, thank you very much for your comment, and thank you to Roma as well. And Robert Miller made it online tonight. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching. Susan, watching tonight. Margie, how you doing? It's good to see you tonight as well. And let's see, Julie is watching. Shout out to Julie really quickly. Appreciate that. Don Hyde went with the slam dunk this time to get $300. Hey, you're getting shout out from the across the street there. It's a pastor at Abundant Life Texoma, Mark Allen. How about that? His family. All right, hang on. By the way, Don went with the slam dunk this time instead of the layup because he couldn't make the layup last time. All right, Christina, don't lick the shopping cart. I thought this was America. Well, yes, it is America. And you do have, I would imagine, the First Amendment freedom to lick the shopping cart handle if you want to. But oh my goodness. Just, I don't know. Anyway, Zim keeps walking behind me. Good to see him. Logan Thompson made it into the building or outside tonight. We're not in a building tonight. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to go a little bit longer here just so you can see this line a little bit more longer, and we're going to go past the hour mark. And I think the BCP live record for a broadcast is 1 hour and 2 minutes when Fu was on. So we're going to see if we can break that record here. If you guys want to stick around with me, especially if you're in your line. If you're in line right now, what else is there to do? You could watch a YouTube video as how to wash your hands. And there you go. Logan, I thought the CDC said it was okay to lick the shopping cart handles again. Well, yes, we are in phase 3. We are in phase 3. I'm just going to go ahead and say, please still don't lick the shopping cart handles. I'm going out on a limb. Going out on a limb there. So anyway, all right. Let's see. Jason Allen is watching. Jason, just saw you just a moment ago. You and your family across the street. So shout out to Mark and Lola and Jason there as well. Jason, thanks for watching. And Jason Manis, grab more volunteer. Well, you know what? That's a good idea. I don't know if I can or not. That's the only thing, because other than Don Hyde, the rest of them are actually busy, doing something. So I don't know. Hey, Jennifer, would you come here for just a moment?
Sure.
Can you stay here for a second? We have.
Did you give that guy his?
Yep.
All right. We're going to, if you don't mind giving just a little bit of time, we're going to stay on the air for just a little bit longer.
Okay.
So, but you're going to need to hold the mic up there so we can hear you. Okay.
I'm professional at this.
That's all right.
Oh.
Well, no, seriously, I've got some comments here, and there are people, stay on just a little bit longer. So we're going to stay on a little bit longer. Plus the fact that there are people actually in line watching us, which is really, really cool. And I know that you were on at the beginning of the show, but some people, that the number right there, which says, how many people are watching,
Right.
It varies. But I know lots of times there are people who come on, they'll watch for 5 minutes or so, and then they'll go off. Another person comes on. So there may be some people who didn't see you when you were on earlier.
Right.
And you know what? They missed out. They missed out. So this is Jennifer Nelson, and she and Brady Baskin, along with Tony and Zim here from Roma, have put together this fundraiser for the families of the 4 young men who were taken from us last week. Can you talk about that and how this came together?
Well, it actually came together with, hearing about it initially. And then what happened is I looked on Jack Sarver's mother's Facebook page and saw that she was friends with Brady. And I reached out to Brady, and he said he had actually just friend requested her himself. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, we want to start a GoFundMe for Jack. Mm-hmm. So we got that together, and then Tony saw that I had started the GoFundMe page, and he reached out to me that night and said, would you be interested in doing a fundraiser too for all the families? And I said, well, let me gather my thoughts and let me talk to Brady and a few other people, because I knew it would be really big and I would need help. So I took off.
That's a major understatement from what we're seeing, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I took a half a day off. Brady met me in my office for lunch on Tuesday, and when we kind of decided to divide and conquer, and he went and set up the account for us. And then I came up here and met with Roma's, and then later that day I actually took my daughter to counseling. So
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So wow, that's
3 of the boys were in her class. Jack and Fernando and Hunter were all in her grade, and then Caleb, he was also a good friend of hers, and we just want to honor them and their families and help them financially, and also in our prayers.
And let me stop there for just a moment with what you're saying. This is a really big deal, and we've tried to make this an enjoyable thing. I wanted to clarify, in enjoying doing something good for families doesn't take away from the tragedy that we've experienced in Durant and Bryan County, your family, then, as you're talking about there. So I just want to clarify that, because I've smiled a lot tonight, but you know what? There have been some times when the camera wasn't on that we weren't smiling.
No.
When we were praying and, dealt with, and dealing with all of that. Today, my daughter was in the band, and the band performed at the celebration of Caleb's life today. And I went to that one. It was facility, obviously, at the Choctaw Event Center that it needed to be that big, and it could hold as many people was there, and hold Durant band on top of that. And that was one of the things too. Said we don't at all take away from the fact that, my goodness, there is a loss in our lives, and we're all experiencing this, and we're going to experience it for a while longer.
Yes,
but we also want to recognize and celebrate the fact that they were here.
Yes.
Like the minister said today, celebrate that Caleb was here. So I just wanted to take a moment to say it, because when reality steps back in every now and again, and like what you're saying, and all that went on, and you ended up your day, well, there's counseling involved too. It's still a real thing.
It's a real thing, and we're really dealing with it at our house, in our home.
But even through that, then, now I'm going to transition back into the positive part of it right now. Even through that, what a blessing you guys have been. And I know not just you all, you have a host of volunteers that have been here.
Right.
Actually, I've turned people away, haven't you?
Yes, and I've had to turn a few away. I've had patients donate multiple things, and that's always a blessing when I have people give back to us. That the fishing trip was a donation, so they weren't looking for advertisement; they were looking to help the families.
Right.
So, and knew that it would potentially bring a lot of money in, and it did. It went for $2,000 last night, and our Facebook's on.
Yes, and you guys did. Y'all were fun.
Yeah.
Of course, again, Don Hyde. There we go.
Yeah.
But that was
a lot of the heavy lifting, the talking. So I'm good with that.
Well, and again, I don't want to keep you too long, but I did want to. And Jason had mentioned, man, we need to go talk a little more. Christina said, "Still in line. Don't give up on me." So
we're not giving up on you.
We wanted to make sure we get to speak just a little bit longer and get through.
Well, that
line is still that long.
I have to say, I really had prayed, about the GoFundMe, about the whole situation, and I feel like God wouldn't put it in my heart and lay it upon me, because I've never done anything like this before. And so, but if He calls you, you better listen, because it's always like a tap and then a thud.
Yes, it's always easier to listen the first time than the second or third time.
Exactly.
That's very good.
And I've had to learn that lesson the hard way in my life. And so
I thought it was just me there for a second. I really thought you were going to say, "Yeah, Joey, you need to listen to God the first time."
No.
Anyway, well, okay. Really quickly, numbers. Not Dawn, and I'm not talking money numbers right now, even though Dawn's been yelling about.
Because we have
but-
a donation
well, yeah,
bucket.
and-
It's too much to keep up with right now.
Just since we've been on here, Dawn's missed putting $500 in. He had to pick up a rebound and put it back in from
and I
close
put
range.
in, I think, over $1,000 and
He had another
and
300 just
donations.
now, just since we've been here on live on the air. So we know there's a lot that's going on there. No, I want to talk about the orders, because when I saw, Saturday, and I was talking about this earlier, so help me with the numbers just a moment. Saturday, 400. You said more than 400, and
More
you were
than
showing
400.
pictures of the paperwork on Facebook.
yes.
I called in on Sunday, and I knew better, but I called in on Sunday afternoon. There was no more lasagna at that point. Not that we didn't eat every bit of the spaghetti, because it is that good. But, hey, lasagna. Just
Yeah.
saying. Just
It's my
saying.
jam too. I
All
like
right,
the lasagna the best.
But the lasagna was already done. So where are we numbers wise?
Well, we had 660 orders.
Wow.
So that's a tremendous amount of orders. So
That is incredible. 660. And people are still just stopping by though and putting money in. And this is a big deal. It's a great community. Shout out to Bryan County as a whole, Durant, and everyone else involved, and I appreciate that. Well, listen, I know you have stuff to do, and
A little bit,
I know, and I know that it was a lot to sit here with me, and I appreciate that. But thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for what you guys are
I
doing.
think over time I'm getting better at
You're-
talking.
Then we'll have to have you come back on.
Oh.
We'll get Brooke on in with you another time
With
too.
Brooke-
So does
with
that make it
Brooke,
easier?
I like it with Brooke. 'Cause
Okay.
She talks a lot. So
All right. Well, we'll get Brooke on there again.
She helps me.
She's good at that too. Jennifer,
So,
thank you so
yeah.
much. We appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
All that you guys are doing.
You're welcome.
Hey. All right, man. I'm telling you what, y'all are all taken care of. Well, I'll tell you what. Doing well. Appreciate you driving by. And it is. Have I got the food? Got the food for everybody? Yeah. All right. Just making sure everybody's food is in there. Appreciate what you're doing. God bless you. I said, God bless you. Man. From the Blue Zone Project. All right. Hey, I'll have you back on. All right. Blue Zone Project, by the way. And we can talk about that a little bit later on, but I really appreciate Brandon stopping by and saying hi. If you do roll your window down, and that was Brandon, by the way, if you do roll your window down and I can't see you, please forgive me, because the lighting is what it is. Can you still see me? Do I need to lean? No, all that is just a silhouette there. All right. Okay. Let me see. 190 Remembering Our Lions t-shirts sold. All right. 660 orders, and we know more people are stopping by. Tamara, shout out to Tony and Zim and Jennifer and Brady and all the folks that are here working. All right, Miss Boyd, I have not missed your comments, so let's get that on there. City Pool swim lessons signups start tomorrow. That is Tuesday, June 2nd, at the pool from 3 to 7 p.m. Now, the pool is opening up on June 8th, which is a week from today. My kids are already stoked about it. It is the hours are going to be longer, by the way, and that should help again with a number of reasons. We talked about this the other night. Let me go ahead and talk about it really quickly, because my rundown, if I haven't already wadded it up and thrown it away, that's all right. We're just flying by the seat of the pants tonight. It gets at this point in time. I think the wheels went off when Don Hyde got a microphone anyway. So, it is what it is. City Pool, June 8th. That is Monday. Now, the hours, and Miss Andrea, if I say this wrong, please forgive me, because I don't have the list in front of me. 12:30 to 8, I believe, on Monday through Thursday. 12:30 to 8, Monday through Thursday. Now, that's 7.5 hours. It had been like 1 to 5 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this is opening up more hours, almost twice as many hours. And what that does is actually a couple of things. Number one, it's going to give an opportunity to hopefully, and I'm about supporting the city, okay? Shop local, and what? Okay. I'm not staying. I'm preaching all over the map right now, so bear with me just a moment. We want to shop local. I'll chase this rabbit who's chasing another rabbit, which has chased a squirrel right now. So bear with me. I'll get all the way back to the original story. I promise. I always do. But shopping local helps all of our local businesses, but it also keeps that sales tax here in Durant and Bryan County. You know, we shop at our businesses in Caddo. We shop at our businesses in Calera. We shop at our businesses up and down Highway 70, west and east. And you keep it within the county. And man, our sales tax is going to stay right here. So we're helping the local businesses and we're keeping the sales tax here too. That's a positive. That's a good thing. Now, let's go back to maybe the second rabbit or the first rabbit there and talk about that for just a moment. Because if you have more hours, the chances are you're going to give a few more people opportunity to go swim, which is more money to the city pool, which is more money that stays there, which is more money that's helping take care of all those lifeguards. Man, we have so many great lifeguards and these local kids that are getting summer jobs, which I'm so happy for them that they're getting the chance to get this job now. If we had stayed in shutdown, for another month, another 2 months, whatever the case may be, like some other parts of the country are doing. These are our local kids who've been working hard, who've been exercising, who've been doing what it takes to, get in shape, to be a lifeguard, and not even get to use that opportunity. Now they're getting the chance to use that opportunity. We need to support the local pool, not only because it supports the city, not only because it's a great thing for our kids to get to do. Man, these kids have jobs. Let's support these kids and let's bless them and let them have their summer jobs and do something well. This is a fantastic thing. So I am so glad that we get a chance to do that and that the pool's opening back up. So the longer hours, somebody else just giving money to the barrel of donations, the longer hours means more opportunities for kids to swim. Now here's the other thing. Okay, now watch this. Let's just say, all things being equal, and we know all things are not equal, but let's just say for a moment, all things being equal, there are 250 kids that go swimming. Okay? Just here or there. 250 kids that go swimming on a given day. And I know there are probably more than that, but 250. Well, you get 250 kids in a pool over 4 hours that want to swim for 4 hours, and then you have crowded space there, and parents, because I'll sit there. Lots of times I'll bring my computer in the hotspot and I'll do some work or whatever. Dawn's making fun of me about I know I've rocked the dad bod every now and again too. So I'm generally staying out of the pool, doing my work. And where was I going with this? Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. So you get 250 kids in a pool and parents. In 4 hours, I'm going to let the demolition truck go by there. In 4 hours, it's going to be more compact. You spread that over 7.5 hours, and it's not going to be as compact. I mean, generally speaking. I mean, if everybody gets there and they all swim at 12:30, that's one thing. But if someone get there at 12:30, they get tired, go home at 4, another group comes in at 5 o'clock. Again, all things being equal, you have that same 250 kids. Well, it spread things out a little bit. There's a lot of wisdom involved there. So, just something else to keep in mind. All right. Well, we've definitely set a new record. Set a new record for the length of time of a broadcast. That was not what I set out to do tonight, but we have done that. And I do have a couple more things I need to get to. So we're going to stay on the air a little bit longer, give some of you all time, because as I'm looking right here, I'm telling you, I still don't see the end. So if you're in line right now and you're near the end, give me a comment. Let me know where you are, still seeing things. Kim says, thanks to all y'all in line to get your sketty. All right. And let's see. Absolutely. Shop local. Betty says shop local. Angie, glad you're watching tonight. Cindy watching as well. Kathy, back online. Appreciate you coming back. I did get another monitor here, so I can see a couple more things coming up. I'm using my phone as a monitor. Natalie, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. Hey, that's actually not bad. Christina is almost here. A few more names to mention. Jamie's been watching. Jennifer's been watching. Elizabeth watching tonight. How you doing? Tracy watching tonight, as well as Tamara. See if I can get a few more names on here. Kenny been watching tonight. And All right. If I didn't say hi, if Teresa, if you're still watching and I didn't say hi to you, hi. I'm glad you're here tonight. Glad you've been watching tonight. Trying to provide a service for the folks who are in line. Have you ever been to Branson? Yeah, I know. The show's already gone completely off the rails, so, I mean, why try to get it back now? Have you ever been to Branson? And, like, when you drive into Branson and you're coming in, we're usually coming in from the west, with all the hills and the, southwest Missouri and the Ozarks and all that's going on. So we're driving into Branson, and you see those signs out there with the radio station that it gives you the hi, she made it through. The radio station that tells you what shows to go to and what shows to watch, and it's going on all the time. And it's right there in Branson. And if you're driving through town, keep it on this station. So right now, I'm just saying, if you're driving through town, keep it on Facebook. Don't drive and watch Facebook. Just listen to Facebook. Okay? I do that regularly. I'll have like some YouTube folks that I enjoy watching when I'm driving, because I make these long trips for Midwest Sports Saturday shows, and I'll have folks that are on YouTube that I can listen to. And so, there we go. I want to keep listening to the folks, but I'm not watching. So anyway, there we go. All right. All righty then. Teresa, hi. Glad you're on board tonight. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. All right. Suggested that we keep social distancing going. That's fine. I had somebody sitting in a chair next to me, but, we're already off the air right now. So there you go. Anna says this makes her heart happy. Well, I'm glad about that, Anna. That makes me happy too. That is one of the goals there. All right. I posted this a little bit earlier. Let me see if it will show up there. Is that showing up on the screen? There we go. Durant Riding Club Pro Rodeo, June 19th and June 20th, right here in Bryan County. I want to give a shout out to all the folks there. Jeff Edlin was on a little bit earlier tonight. And so shout out to all the folks with the Durant Riding Club. The Pro Rodeo is going on. We're less than 3 weeks away. We're in the month of June now. We're in the month of June. Oh, my goodness. See, it's officially summer. And that brings me back finally, to the original rabbit. There we go. See, I told you I'd get back there. The original rabbit is this. It's summertime. And so we have a family thing going on tomorrow. So I'm not going to, there will not be a BCP Live tomorrow. There will not be a BCP Live tomorrow. Sorry about that. If you were planning on that, we'll go back Wednesday at 9. We will have a BCP Live Wednesday at 9 and go from there. But no BCP Live tomorrow. Family thing coming up. But, it's summer. So we're starting to do a few summer things. Also, another thing, we're still going 6 nights a week when we can. Obviously, tomorrow won't happen. But we are looking to start making plans for, as the summer rolls along and moves into the fall, we would like to keep the BCP Live going. I think I've had fun, and I've thoroughly enjoyed seeing you all comments, visiting with all the different folks. We had Tony and Zim on one night, and that was one of the most talked about shows that we did in the whole now nearly 3 months of shows that we've been doing. And that was 2.5 months worth of shows. That was one of the best shows. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Tony and Zim talking about, what Zim talked about a little bit earlier, coming here, and that they've come from another country. They're very blessed to be here. They're thankful for the United States of America. And while we know that this nation is not perfect, no doubt, we know this nation is not perfect. We know the people aren't perfect. And one of the ways that I know that the people aren't perfect is because I'm here and I'm not perfect. And quite frankly, if you're watching tonight, you could probably, put the screen away for a moment, look in the mirror and go, yeah, that person's not perfect either. None of us are perfect. So it's tough to have a perfect country when every single person who lives in it isn't. Does that make sense? And with all of the flaws and with all of the things that need to be fixed, adjusted, amended, corrected, taken care of, with all those things that need to be done, with that in mind, it's still a pretty good country. It's still the best country on the planet. And I'm very, very thankful to live here. And so I just wanted to throw that out there. I am so grateful for that. And Tony and Zim talked about that. And that was one of the, again, most talked about shows, most viewed shows that we've had for BCP Live. So, shout out to them. Well, we've been doing this for 2.5 months now, and it was something that definitely we needed to do during shutdown 6 nights a week because it was a fun outlet, and we got to talk about what was going on. There's so much more for us to talk about in Bryan County that we haven't scratched the surface of all that we can do and talk about here on the show. But we're going to be shifting as the summer goes along to, not 6 nights a week. So we're trying to figure out what are the best nights to go on. And also, we're probably going to move it, and this will make Don Hyde happy. I don't think he's listening right now, but it'll make Don Hyde happy that we may move from the 9 o'clock hour too. So all those things are still in the works. I would just appreciate it if you guys still watch and still come on and still, comment every now and again and look to have fun. We're going to talk as much as we can about positive things. And we're also going to, how should I say this? Well, it's not really stopped me before. I'm going to make fun of things that are absurd. Sorry. And I hope not to offend too many people, and I'm going to try not to be offensive, but we will make fun of things that are absurd. So, man, Teresa, I am glad you are here tonight. That's made my night. Jamie, good to see you on as well. April, yes, I saw you. Hope you're doing well. All right. So, where were we wrapping up? We talked about the pro rodeo that is there. We talked about no show tomorrow night. Sorry about that. And I think, last thing, numbers. One of the things that we've done on the broadcast is talk about the state numbers. We've talked about numbers in Bryan County, and I know I've tried not to say it. Well, okay. We've been talking about the beer bug. Now, if you don't know what the beer bug is, it's that thing which shall not be named that I don't think I've said out loud yet. I may have talked about it one time out loud. I try not to get kicked off YouTube when I'm doing that. I haven't been kicked off Facebook yet that I know of, but we're talking about, the beer bug and all the numbers in the state and in the county. Okay, that's fine. And again, 2 things about that. Number one, the state just posted today that it's going to be slowing down on the amount of data that it puts out. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's been putting out updating information for weeks and weeks. Every day we get new numbers. And every day, honestly, some people are just waiting for that next number to come along, waiting to see how many more positive cases there are, waiting to see, how many more people were hospitalized or whatever the case may be. I've been waiting to see how many people recover. I'm enjoying talking about all the recoveries and how many people are getting better. And I'm excited about that. My goodness, that's the positive thing. And I look today, and I don't know the exact numbers, and I'm not going to try to bring it up because I don't want to mess with my signal. I hope that my signal's not bad. I've been recording this also just in case if the signal was bad here, that I'll re-upload I'll re-upload this broadcast with a better signal. Anyway, if the phone signal went out, sorry about that. But I think I saw today roughly 6,500 total positive cases in the state of Oklahoma. Roughly 5,500 recoveries in the state of Oklahoma. Folks, that's the positive. That's what needs to be celebrated. Instead of just, what are the numbers today? And this has been a positive show. I'm going to keep it as a positive show. But I'm just saying, yes, Jennifer hopes that Karen is watching this one right now. I hope Karen's watching this one too, because I'll tell you what, I haven't given a rip about social distancing today. I've tried all this time, but honestly, when I was at the funeral this afternoon, I hugged some people. And I say that unashamedly, hugged people. And I'll tell you why I hugged people. You ready? Because they needed to be hugged. Plain and simple. Just needed to be hugged. They needed somebody to be there for them, and I hugged them. I had somebody sit right here next to me. 4 different people sat in this chair today. And we'll clean it off when it's done. We'll take it back. I'll take it back to the studio at home. I'll clean it all up. It'll all be good. But as for today, social distancing, that was not a thing. So there's that. All right. So I was starting to wrap up. Where am I going? Christina, you got your lasagna, and I was talking, and I missed it. Oh, well. Ronnie likes the backdrop. I'm liking you know what? I see it. There it is. It's the U.S. How about that? Man, that is a great backdrop. Well, the sun's threatening to completely blow out the camera here. So, and actually my camera is almost about to be right in the sun. So I think, actually, I tell you what, no. Hey, Jails, come here. I'll put the children to work here. Here, no, right there, just right there. Push the camera over just a little bit. No. Pick the whole thing up and move it that way just a bit. There we go. Now it's right there. That's fine. All right. That way it's not going to get in the sun, and it gives me a chance to wrap things up well. Okay. So and that's where I wanted to be anyway, was in the center of the shot. Just kidding. All right. How about that backdrop? United States flags. How about that? I like that. I like that a lot. We need to figure out how to do this. By the way, if you have never seen Midwest Sports Saturday, you need to check that out. And I have already found out that because of the shifts in the Division II football schedule, my first game that I was going to go to was September 3rd. It was a Thursday night. Southeastern was playing in Weatherford against Southwestern, and that game has been changed. So I'm still trying to figure out where we're going with Midwest Sports Saturday. But we do on-location shows like this, and it's a fun show. And it looks a lot like this, too, with these chairs and everything. Jason, more on-location shows. I'm fine with that. That'd be fun. What a great place to start. Wasn't this a great place to start? With all this is so fantastic. Yeah, there's the human touch. And a shout-out to Jayla Quinn, who waves to everybody over there. She's been writing, I think, over in the corner. She's a writer. That's cool. She's writing a novel right now, so I'm proud of her. All right, Beer Bugs and Karen. There we go. What a mix. Liking that tonight. Christina got her lasagna. Christina, how did you? Oh, you ordered before I did, because there was no lasagna left, and so that's no big deal. Don Hyde just trying to get into the shot again. That's just like that. All right, Mrs. Patriot says you're good for moving the camera. You did well. All right. So in closing, just kidding. So in closing, and we have beaten the record, so we're gonna wrap this up at an hour and a half. So that gives me two and a half minutes to wrap this up. I want to give a shout out to Zim and Tony for everything that they did. If you're just showing up or you're wrapping up your time, maybe if you're still in line, man, I hope that you've had fun watching some of this. Tony and Zim and all the folks at Roma, shout out to them, because they have just given and given and given and given and given and given today. Shout out to Jennifer and Brady for all the work that they did putting this thing together, because those guys have given and given and given and given today. Shout out to all the volunteers, Don Hyde including, the Don Hyde included, all the volunteers that have been here walking back and forth behind me. You've seen them, and a lot more here that were earlier today. They have given and given and given and given and given of their time tonight. And I want to give a shout out to you, because I've been watching these cars loaded up with food. We got ours at noon. Spaghetti was great. Still wanted the lasagna. So Christina, I hope you enjoy the lasagna. But I'm teasing. But I mean, you are fantastic. You're fantastic. You are absolutely incredible people. And it looks like I'm starting to lose my signal, so I guess I need to wrap it up. I don't know. You are incredible people. Absolutely incredible people. I'm thankful for where I live. I'm thankful for the people that I know here. I'm thankful for all that's going on around me to deal with a tragic situation and turn it into something that is a blessing. You're blessing people when they need it. The barrel-o donations over there, it may not be all the way full, but it is filling up with so much money that you people, again, are giving and giving and giving, and you're continuing to give. I just want to give a shout out to you, to all the folks that watch BCP Live on a regular basis, and you still showed up tonight. Thank you. To all of you that this is your first time to see BCP Live, thank you. Please come back, not tomorrow because we won't be on the air tomorrow, but Wednesday night. And one other thing too. I couldn't do this without the advertisers and sponsors for the Bryan County Patriot. BryanCountyPatriot.com. And I have so many wonderful advertisers and sponsors. So many. Ronnie, by the way, one right there, Texoma Financial. How many folks have they served so far? Well, the number earlier was 660 orders, and I think they stopped taking orders. So there's that, but I don't know. I think that's at least that. At least that. April, amazing people all around, and they are. And I think that the advertisers and sponsors of the Bryan County Patriot are absolutely amazing people. And the vast majority of them are your local businesses here. Now, we have some that are maybe a little bit, I don't know, translocal, is that a word? It's beyond local. There's some good folks who are running local franchises here. That's the way to say that. Who are running local franchises here that, man, I love you people. You all are absolutely awesome. Supporters of the Bryan County Patriot. If you heard any of that, supporters of the Bryan County Patriot, advertisers on the site, you all are fantastic. So please, if you check out BryanCountyPatriot.com, look on the right-hand side of your screen. If you're looking on a laptop or maybe on a tablet, you have to scroll to the bottom. If you're looking on a mobile device, which is one of the reasons that I put a lot of the advertisers, as many as I can, in content in stories too. But check out those advertisers and please go to their businesses, shop locally. Keep it right here. Keep it with and for the advertisers that maybe are part of a regional or national chain, shop at our local one here, and give those folks our business, and do what we can to shop local. Be a blessing to people. The advertisers and sponsors of the Bryan County Patriot, I believe, are a blessing to this community, and I'm thankful for what I get to do. So couldn't do this tonight if it wasn't for all of those folks. And shout out once again to Roma. Kathy says, thanks to Roma for not only opening up your restaurant, but your heart. We're blessed because you are here, and we are blessed. We're still on. Right there. See, money talks.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. All right. So we're trying to wrap up. And in closing, do you really believe it anymore? I'm not sure I believe it anymore. I'm not sure I believed it the first time. All right. No, seriously, we are closing. Thanks to Jayla Quinn, who helped me get everything set up tonight, to Auntie Quinn, as she's known now, with a niece and a nephew. Shout out to the community. Shout out to Tony and Zim. Shout out to all of you. God bless you. I'm going to wrap it up here from Roma. BCP Live, not on the air tomorrow, Wednesday night, back on live at 9. In the meantime, and now you know I'm really closing when I say this, be wise. Seriously, be wise. Use discretion. And do not walk in fear. Don't do it. Don't walk in fear. More stuff headed our way. Doesn't matter. Do not walk in fear. I love you all. God bless you guys. Have a great, great night. And we'll talk again on Wednesday.